right, we have made it to Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, yes, definitely a lot of whoop whoops going on here. And welcome to KSAT News Now, streaming from the KSAT 12 newsroom. Thank you very much for being with us. Erica's with us this morning. How's your Friday going?
It's what better way to end the week than with RJ and the KSAT News Now
of
crew.
Course. Yeah, I'm
More
sure.
So, I like to
everyone just
hang out
feels
more
that
with
way.
Alicia than RJ though.
Makes sense for sure. Well, we are glad that you're with us this morning, and of course we also have the podcast, so make sure to like, rate, and subscribe to that. Erica, we were talking beforehand because we're desk neighbors. Yeah, she's stuck with me all the time. But
unfortunately,
you guys are almost wrapping up another season of South Texas Crime Stories.
I know. Can you believe it? Season 3 is going to wrap up next Tuesday. We have a really big episode. It is about a San Antonio serial killer known as the San Antonio Strangler. We have investigators from SAPD that will be joining us for this podcast. It's a very, very good episode that we're wrapping up the season with. So that comes out next Tuesday, and then a few weeks after that, we'll start with season 4. Yeah,
that is unbelievable. You guys are doing a great job. So talk about the latest one that just that you guys just posted. I know that Dylan Collier was a part of that one as well.
Yeah, so this one was about a crime that kind of has stayed with us since 2019 when it happened. The death of baby King J. Davila. Remember, it was a staged kidnapping, and then the stepfather admitted to putting his body in a backpack after a potential or alleged accident happening inside the home. But it was a story that Dylan did a lot of investigative work, and that staged kidnapping plot was something that he broke here at KSAT when that happened. So he was a part of that episode with us, so that's up now and you can hear it now.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that this much time has passed since that case. That was something that got national attention, of course. So yeah, you guys about to wrap up another season there. You and Lee Waldman just doing the most there. Yeah.
Trying our best to keep up.
All right, guys, well, coming up today on KSAT News Now. Okay, I hate these alerts that you get when it's time to update your phone.
But it's important, RJ.
It's apparently very important nowadays, yes, because these alerts could possibly save your phone and its software. We will go ahead and explain that story here in just a bit.
And we'll tell you about a woman breaking barriers in space, and a classic musical is returning to the big screen. We'll explain. But let's start with some national headlines, RJ.
Yeah, that's right. So there are new details today about the FBI search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. Legal experts have been looking over documents that a judge unsealed yesterday.
Yeah, so the judge apparently plans to release parts of the affidavit used to get the search warrant at Trump's home. He's now giving the Justice Department until next Thursday to keep names of agents and others out of the release.
That's right. The government says that it has tried for months to get the documents, and another unsealed document shows that the Department of Justice was also worried about the destruction of evidence in all of these files that they're trying to look for.
So former President Trump and his allies say the FBI couldn't have found classified information at Mar-a-Lago because he had a standing order to declassify anything he took out of the Oval Office.
And President Trump, the former President Trump, has said that he wants the affidavit unsealed, but the Department of Justice says that it is opposing the release. And we were talking earlier about releasing some of those names. They obviously don't want this stuff to be released because there's agents' names on there, other classified information, top secret information that they're afraid might get out in the public.
And obviously this is a controversial thing that happened, a few weeks ago, and it's still ongoing. There's a lot of things coming out of the search, and it's something that's going to continue. So we'll see if those get released next week.
Yeah, unprecedented there for a former president to have this happen, and we will continue to follow those developments. Okay, moving on to the current White House administration. President Joe Biden will host a summit next month focused on fighting back against hate-fueled violence in the U.S.
Yeah, the White House announced today that Biden will host the United We Stand Summit on September 15th. It highlights the corrosive effects of violence on public safety and democracy.
Organizers pushed Biden to hold the event after 10 black people were killed at a Buffalo supermarket back in May, and another hate-driven violence in cities and states like El Paso, remember that shooting there, Pittsburgh, and in Wisconsin. So we have now seen, obviously, a lot of these incidents across the country. I was thinking about this incident back in Buffalo. Obviously, we had our own tragic incident here with Uvalde happen pretty short time
I think it was
frame.
like a week after.
Yeah, so I think that, here especially, that supermarket incident was not, we didn't really publicize it as much as it should have been, but now we're seeing that, it's coming back around and they're trying to take care of
I'm
some of
interested
that.
to see what this summit will entail. I think it's something that I think it's the first of its kind. So it'll be interesting to see what develops, who is a part of the summit, and what comes from it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is taking place on September 15th. Okay, now to this iPhone story we're talking about. So I asked you earlier, how often do you update your iPhone?
Mine does it automatic, so while I sleep, it does it. I don't know. I guess it was set up that way when I turn it on, but I always get the alert. Oh, like your iPhone was updated overnight. I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
I do not like updating my iPhone. I get it. I know that there's like little bugs that need to be figured out, and there's like some new features maybe and stuff. But I try and hold back on it as much as possible. Well, now you may not actually have a choice.
No, it's just just get it done, RJ. Apple is directing users of most of its devices to update their software after the company discovered an issue in its operating system. The company said there is a vulnerability in the system that affects iPhones dating back to the 6S model and older iPads.
Yeah, and before I got this phone, I actually had, I think, a 6S.
You still have the one with the button? Wasn't
that was the one with the button.
Yeah,
I missed that button. Well, Apple is saying here that hackers can take control of a device and obviously add malicious software to your phone and operating systems. And this also extends to older Mac computers. So Apple is advising their users to update all of their devices, especially some of these older ones.
Yeah, and I will say I am probably one of those that doesn't update my MacBook as often as I probably should. I always see the little thing like, update now. I'm like, well, okay, maybe later.
Well, yeah, and then plus, our IT department kind of, takes care of some of that updating for us as well.
I'll leave it to them.
Yeah, I will say though, I have had an experience with a hacker getting into some of my stuff. This was on my my Twitter account. Yeah, and it happens fast. Like they take over your stuff right away and lock you out. It was, that was a tough day.
All right, well, I'm glad you got that figured out.
Got it figured out.
So update your iPhones, everyone, and all your Apple devices.
Yeah.
So next month, NASA will be sending a new crew into space, and for the first time, RJ, there will be a Native American woman on board.
Yeah, this is really cool. So astronaut Nicole Anapu Man of the Round Valley Indian Tribes in California will be the mission commander, and basically she's responsible for all phases of this flight.
NASA says she will go to the International Space Station on September 29th. This will be man's first space flight since she became an astronaut in 2013. She formerly was a colonel in the Marines, flying various fighter aircrafts. She also studied mechanical engineering at Stanford. So she's awesome. She is awesome. Yeah, what else hasn't she done? So I guess next step is appropriate.
Going to space.
Going to space. Look at her there. That's going to be cool to see when that flight takes place.
Absolutely, yeah. And what you're looking at is if you were watching us on the visual platforms, you saw a tweet from NASA announcing that she'll be the mission commander for this. But very impressive resume. And now, again, breaking barriers all the way up in space. This is
good
pretty
for
cool
her.
stuff
That
there.
is awesome.
Yeah. All right. It's time to check on. Oh, okay. Here we go. Justin.
Perfect.
It is perfect, yes. Because we're talking about space.
Yeah. Space.
Justin
leads right into my question.
I was going to say, Justin said before KSAT News Now, said this is the toughest Weather 101 question, probably in the history of Weather 101 questions.
Now, I don't know about that. Maybe,
I totally made that
now that
up,
I think
but
about
Why
it,
are you
maybe.
making me think this morning? I haven't finished
Because
my
it's
coffee.
Friday. We got to get those brains rolling.
It's downhill from here.
Oh, I got it. But I thought it was Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, your Weather 101 question, here we go, is, drum roll, if it'll work.
Anytime now.
There it is. Okay, so the Earth rotates on its axis. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Which direction does it rotate?
That's the sound of me scratching my
Is
head
it
right now.
east to west, west to east, north to south, or south to north?
I'm going to say A.
You're going to have to think about
On
this.
its axis.
Wait.
So the Earth,
Yeah, I get that.
right? Every 24 hours, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Circling the sun, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's the orbit.
Yes,
We're
you're
talking about the rotation on the axis.
RJ just failed.
Boy, yeah. I always just lead myself into a rabbit hole and can never get myself out.
I'm going to say
You already said A?
A, yeah.
Okay, A.
I'm
What
going
do you
with A.
think, RJ?
Clockwise, just played. Let's see. You said A.
I feel like I remember this
It's
in school,
gotta-
but it's just not.
It's
coming
been a
to-
while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
West to east, B.
You know
Do a
what,
little
RJ?
circle.
You know what? You're going to finish the week off with a bang. You're right.
There we go.
West to east. I'm proud of you, man.
I know.
Two straight days.
So-
He started so slow there.
I know, it took him a while. This is why the sun rises in the east and sets in the
Oh,
west.
see, that's where I was thinking the whole sun and.
Right. I was actually going to make this spin, but then I'm going to give it away. So if you look down on the Earth from the North Pole, it would spin counterclockwise. But if you're looking up from the South Pole, it would be clockwise. That's why we don't say counterclockwise or clockwise. Are you confused yet?
Totally.
Anyway,
Just get to the
But I
forecast.
got the answer
I'm
right,
over
so
it.
we're
Get to
good.
the forecast.
I had fun with that one. I had a lot of fun with that one. Okay. Yesterday we didn't get the rain that we wanted. Okay, here around San Antonio. I heard those same exact comments on my social media. I think there was some booze on there.
Look at that. It's all around us.
It is. It's like the San Antonio Dome, as we say. Lakey was a big winner this morning, 2.26 inches. There was rain in Blanco, San Marcos, Gonzales, Cuero, even down south of San Antonio, but here we just did not see anything. We had a couple things working against us yesterday. Cirrus deck just didn't allow the showers and storms to develop. But we have another opportunity today, so not all hope is lost here. And in fact, as we go into next week, we're going to see a lot more chances for rain. A couple things I want to point out here on the satellite picture is that we have mostly sunny skies, but notice what's going on out here. This is a little spin in the atmosphere, a little area of low pressure that developed with those showers and storms earlier this morning. This is now working north, but this is a place where we could see more activity this afternoon, and already starting to see a little bit of cloud cover there on the edge that may bubble up into some showers and storms. We'll keep an eye on it. Forecast calls for isolated storm around noontime. And then as we get into the afternoon, we should see some more isolated showers and storms. About a 30% chance here in San Antonio. It'll still be hit or miss type stuff, so not everyone's going to get rain. Just remember that. It's you got to kind of get lucky and get underneath one of these storms. They're not going to move very quickly either. So some of them, if you're underneath one, could dump up some pretty good rain. By 8 p.m., still a couple showers and storms around, but I think after that, everything starts to die down. So if you have eating plans tonight, everything's probably okay. Just keep the KSAT weather app with you, and we'll let you know if anything's moving your direction. 20% chance at 2 p.m. We'll bring it up to 30% chance through about 7 o'clock. Temperatures top out at 95 today, but it will feel like it's near 100 because it is so incredibly humid out there. And then tonight, rain chances again fall off to about 10%. Most of the weekend is going to be pretty quiet. Hey, in the tropics, this is a new update. We just got this in from the Hurricane Center. You can see the thunderstorms down here. This is looking better and better. This may get a name before it makes landfall. Of course, in the Gulf of Mexico, normally we'd be worried, but this is going to move very quickly off to the northwest. There's a 60% chance of development, by the way, but it could become a tropical depression as early as today. It moves northwest and moves inland over Mexico. And so it's not going to have a direct impact on us. The models, again, take it pretty much south to Texas, but it may throw some moisture in our direction, which could enhance our rain chances early next week, but no direct effects from this. And if it were to get a name, it's running out of real estate, but if it were, it would be Danielle. 10% chances showers and storms tomorrow, 20% chance on Sunday. The weekend's generally pretty quiet, but next week, with tropical moisture, some disturbances rolling through, I think we've got a good shot at rain Tuesday and Wednesday, and some of that could be heavy. Hard to pinpoint when and where during those 2 days, but we know that somewhere mixed in there where there's going to be some heavy rain at times.
I mean, I'm loving this forecast, especially that Wednesday, it doesn't get over 90.
Potentially, if everything plays out and we get the rain and clouds, that's kind of the idea.
This will be so helpful for my
pretty
plants.
incredible. Yes, I think our yards, plants,
Everything
will
needs it.
love it.
Yeah. How does this look for our drought? I guess 'cause I've been seeing some stuff. We're still in the midst of this drought, but with this type of rain.
Well, we're 14 inches down.
Oh, okay.
And so
Well, then it's not great.
this is kind of a
But
drop
it helps,
in the bucket.
right?
Yeah.
It
Anything
chips
helps.
away. It chips away. And what we don't want, and we've done this here in the past in South Texas where we're in a drought and then all of a sudden we get floods. We don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Yes.
But a good
you're
soaking rain would be great next week. We'll keep you updated.
Right. Okay.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
I like this 7-day, Justin. And the weather 101, man. Always clutch.
Jeez.
Always
I'm
brings
just
it.
going to move on now.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Grease, listen up. AMC Theaters will be honoring Olivia Newton-John and will be bringing back Grease to the big screen.
Okay, so starting today, 135 AMC locations around the country will show that 1978 classic. All tickets will cost just $5, and $1 from each sale will be donated to breast cancer research.
Now, Newton-John, who played Sandy, died on August 8th at the age of 73. While a cause of death was not given, Newton-John had said in 2017 that her cancer had returned for a third time.
That's right. And there are 2 AMC theaters in our area, one at the River Center Mall, the OG one right there, and the other AMC Classic up in Bernie. So a couple opportunities to check that out.
Yeah, so I love the movie. And
Never seen it. I know.
What?
We went over this.
No.
in
We
a
did not go
previous
over
version.
this.
Well, we didn't, but we did on this show when.
How did this happen?
unfortunately,
How did I
Olivia
miss
Newton-John
this
passed away.
conversation?
Yeah, I've
we
never
sit
watched
by
it.
each other and you
I
never
know.
told me you've never seen Grease.
Nope, never watched it. No.
Why?
This might be an opportunity to go watch it now, I guess.
I am like,
You know, it was one of those things that just was not in my, I guess, purview, you know? I just didn't, it was not there.
It's on TV
I saw The
all
Wizard
the
of Oz
time.
several times.
but it's on TV all the time. You never catch it when it's on.
Well, hey, speaking of that, no, I don't know. And I do like John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. I think, yeah, from everything I
you
hear, they were
don't
great
like-
in that movie.
Oh my gosh, I'm
So-
so upset with you right now.
Disappointment.
So disappointed.
Okay, so producer Alyssa said, she's commented on this. She said, the only problem with this is that they play Grease like on TV, like back to back every day. So maybe, like you said, that's why people are just going to watch it on TV. But you can get the experience
You
of
get the
going to the movie theater.
experience, and it's good for good cause, breast cancer research.
Yes.
Maybe that'll be, and I'm sure there's like diehard Grease fans that will be willing to go and watch this movie.
Maybe kind of
RJ
relive.
and his wife Cristela. Take this man
She's
to
a
see
big Grease fan. No, she
Wait,
is. She's
so
a
how
big
does-
Grease fan.
and she's never made you sit down to see it?
No, I've never watched it. But you know
Cristela,
what?
you have some homework.
You know what? Here we go. There's always a new day. Okay, well, speaking of that, thank you very much for being with us at KSAT News Now. Make sure to check out Erica's podcast. You guys are doing
and the
a
News
great
Now
job with it.
podcast. All of
And
our
the News
KSAT
Now
podcasts
podcast.
are all up there to check out on Apple, Spotify, of course, and also on KSAT.com.
Absolutely. All right, we will see you Monday back here at 11 a.m.
Have a good day.
weekend, everybody.